and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the WBM podcast. I'm one of your hosts. It's your boy, Merk.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your boy, Chapo.
And it's your boy, Tico in the mix. What we got going on this week?
Tell him, Merk.
We are going to go ahead and give you guys an awesome review of the brand new Guardians of the Galaxy 3 that just recently dropped in theaters, guys.
Hey.
If you guys haven't seen it by now, make sure you go check it out. Right? You're going to find out this guy's
Spoilers.
Oh, heavily
This is your
spoilers.
one and only spoiler alert.
Yeah, we don't give it any more than this unless your mom asks for more. But anyway, guys.
So we're talking all about Guardians of the Galaxy.
All Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Other than that, you guys ready?
Ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go!
You take some, want some. Get it together, man. You're mine and you're fine and you look so divine. And come and get your la. Come and get your love.
Yeah, bro.
Anyways,
Man,
let's get out of the studio.
What a way to end it at the very end, bro.
This
is also a very
special place in my
circle
heart.
back around into volume 1, episode 1. Like, what a way
I love
to
it. I love it. And we do that in
Wonderful.
our own episodes.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
James
this
Gunn's a big fan of the
This
show.
episode, we're back to our regular scheduled programming. But I know last week, just a quick plug. Last week, make sure you go back to last week and listen to our episode with Fusion Hat Podcast.
That's right.
Fusion
That's
High.
right.
We love those guys, and we can't wait to have them back.
Absolutely.
We're both of our podcasts are going to be at Comic Palooza in a couple of weeks.
That's right.
That's right, guys.
Give me the dates again, Merk.
It is May 26th through the 28th, Memorial Day weekend, taking place in Houston, Texas at the George R. Brown Convention Center. For those of you who don't know.
And we are going to have our own panel and live episode at the show.
So make
That's
sure you
right.
get your tickets as soon as possible, folks.
So
right.
make sure you listen to last week's episode and keep on following us week to week. But
And make sure you guys show some Fusion House some love on social media platforms, and make sure you guys give
yes,
them a follow.
as well.
Absolutely,
This week
guys.
we're talking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. James Gunn's latest entry into the MCU.
His
Yes.
last entry into the MCU.
His last
currently.
entry into the MCU.
That's
it, man.
Okay, let's start there. You think he's coming back, guys?
No.
He's going to be a busy
He's
man.
busy, yeah.
Not anytime soon.
He has
maybe,
no need.
Maybe in a decade. I'll see you back in a decade, bro.
He did it until he ran his own superhero company now, and he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to give that guy that much help anymore now. Like,
And he gets
I'll
the
consult. Yeah.
And he gets the chance to get one of the biggest franchises like Superman, Batman, and
Yes.
Yeah.
give it
man.
a good spin to what he did.
And he
to,
gets more free. I think he gets more freedom.
Absolutely creative
he
freedom.
has some freedom on Marvel, but not as much as you would think.
No. He's still limited. Kevin Feige still calls the shots.
You still got a dark Mickey Mouse,
Kevin
the
Feige-
Disney overlords.
Yeah, Kevin Feige actually still tried to talk him out of using the F-bomb in the Guardians movie, believe it or not. And he's just like, yeah, there's a quote. He's just like, come on, man, you don't want to be known as the guy who put the first F-bomb in a Marvel movie.
I mean,
do
why
you?
wouldn't you
And
want to
that's-
be known
And that's
as that?
exactly what James Gunn said. He's like, what do you mean? That's exactly my style. First off, first F-bomb? Like, why wouldn't I want to do that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I want that in my credits?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And the F-bomb probably wasn't at the best point in placement. There was maybe one other spot that we'll give it later as to where that could have been dropped. But other than that, it was a fantastic movie, man. Hands down, probably one of the best of the trilogy, in my opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay,
Yes.
so you really enjoyed it,
Yes.
Mark.
Like, the first one holds a special place in my heart, but this one, seeing the character development, the growth, and how far everybody has come, parties swapping out, people coming in.
I mean, yeah. If you think about it, these are the best Marvel movies since Avengers Endgame.
Yes. Since Wakanda Forever. Since last year. This is the best Marvel movie of this year.
I think it beats Wakanda Forever.
Oh, whoa, bro. Calm down. We got a guy, we got a special.
There's levels to this.
We got Telita Lucan himself coming to Comic Palooza, bro. You can't be saying stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, man.
But I don't know, man. Again, for a sequel, it wasn't even a trilogy.
What if he says like, no, I really did like it more than Wakanda? That was it. Like he says that.
Man.
But the actor, he's
He's like, you know what? No, for real. He did it really. I think,
I liked it, man.
You got to give him respect. Okay.
He has a Rocket Raccoon tattoo on his back or something.
Okay, all right. So where are we hopping into first, guys? In the very beginning, let's just start with the opening where it starts off immediately on Rocket, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's listening to some jams.
Yeah, we get Rocket listening to jams.
Listen to Creeper.
Yes, that was so cool. And then everybody
by the
knew
way, the
song.
soundtrack in this movie.
Fire. Another
As
banger.
always.
I'm buying it.
He doesn't miss.
Give me the vinyl.
They don't miss with
You know
this.
what I'm saying? I mean, I look forward, I think, to
Mixtape Volume 3.
I'm honestly, I look forward to the music sometimes in this movie more than just the action itself. I'm like, all right, what song is he going to put in here now? And bro, he's done what the decades? He did the 70s, the 80s. He's in like the early 90s at this point, right? I mean, dude, it's been good, man.
Yeah.
Creeper, that was such a good song for the opening, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what we're seeing. We're back in nowhere. You did have to watch the Christmas special for that beginning to make a little bit of sense.
Yes. So for you guys who don't know,
definitely check out the Christmas special on Disney Plus.
we'll give the people who don't have Disney Plus a quick summary.
Well, the Guardians bought Nowhere from the Collector.
Oh.
So they bought Nowhere from the Collector and they kind of took it over and made their headquarters. That's
their
Guardians HQ.
Got you.
And,
Okay.
they're, kind of just living life in nowhere.
Right, taking care of business out there. Okay.
A city-size head of a god, right?
Yeah, of a fallen, what is it?
Celestial, yeah.
Celestial, yeah.
Yes. So the scene starts there, and it just gives you like this whole grand scale of what's going on currently in nowhere. Rocket walks through like an entire arena. You see Drax, you see Mantis, you see Nebula, and then of course when he finally gets to Peter, he's just wasted. Freaking just, I don't even know what time it is, obviously in the outer space, who knows? But he's just freaking plastered at this point. And he's mad at Rocket because he didn't want to touch his Zoom, right? That was his thing. He's just like, don't touch that.
I mean, it's kind of like he's just wasted. He's still missing Gamora.
Oh yeah, he's a total mess.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, we're catching up with Peter after Endgame, kind
Right.
of, and he's still like, "Oh, I lost the woman I loved, and then she came back, and she was a total dick."
Right, and that's what it was. Though they were just like, she's not gone. Yes, she is. Well, that version of her was, but this version of her isn't. I love how they even like kind of touched on that later on. He's just like, and for some reason, she didn't die when everybody else died.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because of the magic rock. Who knows? But and I love that he just went with it, like, because nobody else has the answer to that. It's just like a plot hole that just kind of was just there. But I thought it was just funny that they made fun of that also in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course, we get introduced to conflict.
Adam Warlock.
The Adam Warlock shows up and he wounds Rocket.
Before you get there, I just want to slow down and show some cases in regards to and I'm glad you moved on from, but I want to just recap real quick. Whenever you see Star-Lord crying, it's like many of the incidents of why he's been like down depressed because of what he's seen throughout his lifetime. Like one of the ones they carry, like for example, Thor, he does lose as much as family members as Star-Lord. Star-Lord handles it with alcoholism. His mom dying. Yondu, he realized that was his real father, but he didn't see until last minute. Gamora sees his life, and she does come back. It's a different person, so like she technically did die. And then but at the side quest, if you see at the beginning of the movie, he's being picked up by Nebula. I'm sorry, Nebula, which is very interesting because the way he's carrying her, like a symbolism that, hey, I'm carrying your burdens too, Star-Lord, because that's the only sister I ever had. And just like you, when I realized that I did have a family member that was always there, she too was taken away from me, just like you lost Yondu. And so like our Nebula, however, doesn't show any emotions as much as like she wants to. So she like the only way she does is like through there physically lifting Star-Lord, saying like, hey man, like I'm there with you, bro, but I just can't explain it. So she's always there in the shadows.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I lost Nebula too. She's my sister and I love her too. Though you fall in love with her, it's still a bond that I don't have. And I get you, bro. Like another like thing right there. And then suddenly when Rocky Raccoon is injured, he exasperates him. This like, oh my God, again, not again.
Yeah, where he's going to face another
That's
loss.
a good take. That's a good take on Nebula.
Yes, that was actually really good. And we didn't even talk about that opening card whenever it actually shows Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and how she is holding a drunk Peter Quill, Nebula's walking with him.
Yeah, the Guardians walking out.
Yeah, everybody's walking. They have the light behind
Did
them.
y'all see the little TikTok thing I sent you on that one? That's like an actual mannequin.
Yes.
Yeah,
So cool.
it's a
That's
30-pound mannequin.
35-pound mannequin of like looks just like him. And he's like, if I had an out robotic experience, this is what it would be like.
That's hilarious.
That was so cool. But yeah, I thought that was a cool fun fact.
But yeah, we're introduced to conflict early on, like on the spot.
Yeah, they heard Rocket, and everybody, they got to find a way to save Rocket, and off they go into their journey.
Yes, and it's because
And
they
then
find
throughout
out
the movie, we find out the origin story.
Well, yeah, it's because Rocket has
we get
like-
all the flashbacks and stuff.
they have this tech that apparently like heals injuries instantaneously. Like a broken arm, you wrap it around it, bam, it fixes your broken arm within seconds. They tried doing the exact same thing to the wound that they have it on Rocket's chest, and they realized by an X-ray he has this giant like syringe thing that's ready to puncture his heart just to kill him instantly if he tries to get resuscitated or healed in any way, which puts them on the quest of want to go find of getting Rocket to go fix. And so they go back into the records records of where he came from originally, which is this giant man-made laboratory or something like that, which is where we get introduced to what's his name?
Evolutionaires, something like that.
No, the guy, the main villain of this one.
Evolutionaries.
The High Evolutionary.
Oh, the High Evolutionary. There you go. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. Yes, the High Evolutionary. Yeah.
Which we see on all the flashbacks from Rocket. Which, hey, his origin story was a lot darker than I expected.
Dark. And I saw even something that was like animal lovers and children will have a little bit of a hard time watching Guardians 3. And I was like, yeah. There was like no warning, like, because you knew it
But
was
it's
bad.
a real thing that we deal in real life, and James Gunn touches it in such a way.
Animal testing and animal cruelty, absolutely.
And child trafficking at the same time, which is wild.
Dang, I didn't even. Yes, spitting fire today, bro. Look at you go.
That's bigger than the F-bomb, in my opinion. I was like, But no, kudos to Marvel is like in Disney, because Disney used to do shit like this, you know?
Yeah.
No, but I like this movies. I mean, they're from fucking outer space, but it's more grounded. I mean, we're not dealing with the fucking multiverse like all the other movies since
Facts.
That's super
Facts.
true.
So we don't have to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah.
We're just on the story. We're on the main story, origin story, all this outer space, stuff and technology, but still it's kind of like we're just on one linear timeline.
Yes. What I did think was extreme, though, I knew it was bad for Rocket whenever everybody was making the faces after they actually like started seeing of how, the process of how he was made, and even Nebula herself was like, "This is worse than what Thanos did to me." This is the guy who's like, my father took my eyes out as a form of torture and replaced them with something else. Like she's had limbs replaced, her joints, her everything, her skeletal frame, as far as we were concerned, just completely ripped out and put back in with something else. And she's saying that what Rocket went through was even worse. That is wild.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was a really cool, wild take on that. Oh, but you know what was actually funny when they actually went to go
Yes.
get, you know what was actually funny was when they went to go get the data, when they showed up at the spot and Gamora's crew was there.
That was a really weird,
Interesting.
It was a bioorganic, some kind of facility.
Building,
Yeah, it was grown out of organic tissue. Yes, it was grown. I thought that was wild.
That was interesting. It was a concept I never thought about.
Yes. And they had the Among Us reference in there, which was hilarious.
The what?
The Among Us. Had all the different color suits.
What is that a reference to again?
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, Among Us.
Oh, when they first get invaded by the Ravagers, right? And they're like, "Hey, man, we need you to put the suit on." And then Jax is like, "Hey, this doesn't match my color."
Yeah, my eyes.
Man, Drax
So
is
dumb,
still like one of the funniest parts of the
He's
movie.
Delivers every time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was funny. What else was it, man? Oh, when Peter had that conversation with Gamora, what he thought was the private line, and it was the open line with everybody.
Yeah.
I really miss you sometimes.
Because you would think some of that humor gets old. Like, okay, this is dumb slapstick humor.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still funny the whole way through.
Genuine laughs the whole way through, dude. The whole way through. Like even the laughs that I saw in the trailers, when I saw them in the movie, I still gave a genuine chuckle, dog. Like it was still funny, man.
Right.
It was still funny.
Yeah.
Normally when you see him come, you're like, played, weak. Okay, I'm ready for this scene. We get it. But no, it was still funny.
It was still really good, man. I really appreciated it.
No, it's one of the best things about the Guardians. It's like James Gunn does such a fine way of putting these heroes, and not only in stressful situations, but also like giving the humor, because they are tenseful. It's like, my friends died. We need to go pick up the plans, right? This high level of security, which again, it was Homeboy from that one show, Firefly, right?
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. He's always in the movies, right? Is he always him in the Guardians? Like he plays a character somehow.
He's got a good relationship with James Gunn.
Oh, cool.
But Nathan Fillion is like really big in sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, he's a legend in the game.
He's a reference to like everything else.
Yeah.
He's a walk-in self-reference. But he was also funny in the movie.
Yeah, he was, man.
He was.
I
love those scenes.
I got a guy just like that.
Bro, that shit was so fucking funny.
He brought it back whenever he met the other one.
Yeah.
I got one too.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, he was just like, everything he does annoys the hell out of me, bro. And I'm like, that was funny.
Yeah. Which is one of the things with Adam Warlock. Like at first I wanted to hate it. And I was like, why is he goofy and silly, bro? But then I thought about it. I was like, no, chill. He's like, if you see like how James Gunn does it, he gives character development for everybody. Like he gives every character an infant age, right? All the way into the maturity, right? Like he does it with Star-Lord. Like he's like a silly guy all the way to like, the Star-Lord.
Right.
Well, same thing with the his famous show on DC.
Peacemaker?
And then now with this guy, it's like, but however, because it's his final movie, he left it like open for anybody who wants to take it out. James Gunn left the infant side only, and that's all he could deliver. It's all the time he had.
Well, for Adam Warlock, it was like he got woken up too early.
Yeah. He was in the infantile
He did
stage.
put like some kind of reason behind it.
Yeah, I like that he addressed it too. That
But I can see him becoming like I think that's
Adam Warlock.
that's the
Yeah,
whole
he will
point.
get to that point.
It's
Yes.
like you want to go through the journey, right? Like you want to see that character develop. Like we enjoyed an anime. There's nothing wrong watching it in the Western comic movies when you're like, right now, this is just a silly. They might see some, this is woke shit. It's like, no, bro. The truth is, it's like James Gunn left like an open book for any future director.
Many threads for them to pull from.
Wherever, now you can take Adam Warlock from here on out wherever you can go, dark comedy, whatever you have. He can be him at the same time. Like the hero, the Adam Warlock is in Marvel, I imagine.
Yeah. You're 100% right because he is that serious stoic type character who like just takes the punches and just like, no, this is how it's going to be. Yeah, in the comics.
Man, but James Gunn makes everything so weird, man. And he somehow puts all this weird stuff in the movie that kind of fits,
all the time.
We got Cosmo, the dog Cosmo.
The Russian dog.
Wonderful.
The Russian dog.
That had telepathy.
Telekinesis,
sorry.
Like, bro, where this power comes from?
Sick.
And then you got when they stopped in Counter Earth. When they finally,
Counter-Earth.
after that bio-organic facility, they go to Counter Earth to find the high evolutionary.
Yes.
And it's like this bizarre world where like all the organisms
are animals.
Yeah.
But humanoid animals.
Yeah.
That was wild. Now, going back to Rocket's flashback, whenever he figured out the issue with the machine, why the animals that were being forced through evolution, dude, that was wild. I can force any species through millions of years of evolutions in a matter of moments. And when they saw just how like their body just started like morphing and grotesque, like feet first, shoulder, another shoulder,
you know what I thought
cord.
about? Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtles. Do you think he did the turtle for that reference?
Maybe.
Specifically for
It's
that?
like this
Maybe.
ooze. This is the ooze, right?
Bro, I thought that was so funny, but to see that was actually in my mind very graphic to see these animals just like be forced through this like monster mutation.
Yeah.
That has to be excruciating to them as well.
Yeah.
Because their bodies being forced to this.
Yeah.
And the fact that Rocket was able to see the issue within seconds, and the guy who created him, remember that irked him more than anything else.
Yeah.
How in the hell, if I created you and I couldn't figure out this problem, what made you so special? Why could you figure it out?
Yeah.
And he was like, bro, it's just ventilation. Like, it was so funny.
Yeah.
But that was, and those moments when he would get on his ass were so intense, man. Like that
Yeah,
creator.
I mean the
High
villain.
evolutionary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he played a good villain.
He was, you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't see really much of him in the trailer, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
His character delivered very well on like I want to hate this guy. Like, this is a person I don't like in this movie so far. Like, he did a really good job at that because he was horrible to his staff, horrible to his creations. Everything was just the next step to the next, like the new iPhone.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. With the High Evolutionaries, like to me, from what I saw, he mirrored like an opposite of what was Star-Lord. While Star-Lord was willing to risk his life for somebody he loved, the High Evolutionary was disregarding those that loved him.
Yeah.
Which was like the total opposite, especially at the end, like towards the scene. Like I know we'll get there, but like he was like the betrayal of the Slag. That threw me off for a second when they were ready to kill him. But now in retrospect, you see it. Nebula, Mantis, Jax, they're willing to risk their lives
For that one man.
for Star-Lord. They jumped on top of the building and like, yo, bro, we came to rescue you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, meanwhile, the other guys are like, yo, we got to kill this guy. He's going to sacrifice us, and so it happened.
That's true. That's really good.
Another good take.
Dang, bro,
Chapo
good
with
shit.
the hot takes today.
Fired it,
Hot
bro.
takes,
This
hot
guy
takes,
was
bro.
ready. He did his research.
I know he's got one in the pocket that I can't wait to talk about.
Oh, bro, I know. For real. We'll save it for the end. Anyway, so going to this new Counter Earth was actually a really cool experience because it got to see, like, even in this quote-unquote perfect species world that he created, there were still drug addicts.
Yeah,
still
wasn't
violence.
They brought that up. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, what was it? A perfect society doesn't have guys with octopus heads selling meth
to
No, they're not.
cockroach heads.
to cockroach head kids.
No, they're not. No, they're not. He said that.
yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious. Yeah,
Thank you, Merc, for silencing your phone.
Thanks.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Learn from this guy. When you go watch Guardians of the Galaxy at the movie theater, enjoy the experience. Silence your phone, please.
Please silence your phones. 30 minutes of commercials. I'll say that. I'm just mad about 30 minutes of commercials for movies now,
We're
bro.
going back.
Expect
30-minute trailers.
Expect a lot of previews.
Show up 30 minutes late. You'll be right on time.
But moving on, the movie moves right on. And then it moves right into the climax towards the end where Rocket gets saved. Which, by the way, that scene of saving Rocket,
Oh, yeah.
like for a moment you thought he was going to die.
Yes.
Star-Lord Peter really sold it.
Sold the shit out of it.
Chris Pratt, I was like, oh my God, are they really going to kill Rocket?
We saw the same crying scene in the trailer.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's like, no.
bro, I was like, we're going to see Rocket die in the first 30 minutes. I was like
we're like 45 minutes.
Well, like 45 minutes in,
or
but-
like an hour.
meh. I was like, but Rocket got a lot of camera time in the beginning, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, he's gonna die.
Yeah, it's like
he is going to die.
He's gonna die, and they're gonna get his revenge, and that's how the story's gonna end.
Right? Oh, bro. But you know what? Even Gamora not understanding why they would do all this for the raccoon. He's like, I'm not losing my best friend.
She was affected by how hard he was like trying to fight it.
How hard all of them are fighting to get Rocket back, and even when that War Pig was ready to take them out. Oh, War Pig. I wonder if that was a poke at the song. I'm just saying that's what it was. Oh no, Battle Pig or something like that.
War Pig.
No,
it was War Pig, right? Yeah, it was War
I
Pig.
thought it was just a comic monster. Sure.
Well, no,
what do they call him? They
from
call
Black
him,
Sabbath, the song.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was funny. Anyway,
Well, I was just thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again.
what was it? Rocksteady and Bebop. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, bro, probably. But no, it was really cool that she risked her life to even take on that freaking machine because it was smashing her ass.
The Hellspawn released the Hellspawn.
Released the Hellspawn. Yeah, man. And then Adam Warlock came in to save the day for that one too at the very last second. Came in clutch in 2 separate occasions, as a matter of fact.
Well, he was also trying to kill him. But,
Yeah, which again, but he was a turning tide because had he not been there for those moments,
yeah, true.
everything would have went to shit. So I thought that was kind of cool.
But it all helped, and then from there you see that scene where Rocket is like going into the afterlife.
He's in purgatory at this point, right?
Afterlife, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, he hasn't really crossed over yet, but yes, that scene
And you
was
see
so.
like the other misfit toys from the cage.
Yeah, dude.
Like the ones from the Toy Story.
The Island of Misfit Toys. No,
but man, yeah, that gets a little emotional.
He meets Lila
You see
again.
Lila, that's her name, Lila.
Lila the otter.
I
Lila
was
the-
legit
yeah.
crying.
Dude.
Well, I was like, And then she says something that made me think a lot about it. When she's like, you didn't know it, but this story has been about you the whole time.
And I was like,
whoa.
whoa.
All of Guardians of the Galaxy, from the very first one, has been about Rocket Raccoon.
It's always
has.
been about Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket never wanted to join the Guardians of the first
It's
one.
been a story about him the whole time.
Wow, what a take.
Right? He never wanted to join the Guardians
What
of the
a
first
take.
one. He was self-sabotaging in the second one.
That's right, because those things are going well.
And we'll get to the ending of how his character arc comes full circle at the end. So it has at this point, dog, and Peter.
Yes,
Yeah.
he in the volume 2, he was the one that helped Peter realize that Yondu's the real father.
Yeah.
When he
Yondu
saw
even
the
told him, he's
sacrifice.
Rocket was partnered with Yondu
Yes,
throughout the whole
and
second
they had
movie.
that emotional
Yeah.
moment. He's like, I know you're hurt. I know you're scared because you're just like me,
And what
boy.
kind of pair are we?
Yes.
Yeah,
And I was
what
like,
kind of pair are we?
Yeah.
Rocket had a very prominent role in
And
the second
he was the
movie.
one who
Yes.
consoled Peter when he lost both his dad that same day at the end of the day.
yeah, bro.
You're right. I never thought about it, man. What a great take.
He's the story
It's
about
his
him.
best
the whole
friend.
time.
Yeah.
It's his best friend.
I don't know how deep James Gunn wanted us to look into that, but when
bro.
Lila was like, the story's been about you the whole time, it could be like center and like, hey, ever since we're in that lab, you're the main character.
Yeah. And Peter and Gamora have just
Some
been the
blue
side
log
story.
shit. You were the main character all along.
Yeah, bro.
No, and like in the movie, like when it was the death of his Rocket Raccoon's friends, Lila and the friends, the ones he says in heaven that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Like I bring
Floor and teeth.
Yeah, floor and teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just taking it back. It taking it back to the beginning when a Star-Lord was drinking. It's like he too, just like Nebula, can't really like express how he feels to a Star-Lord, but he too is like, I've seen people I love die in front of me as well. Like in me not couldn't do anything about it, and for my stupid actions, because he said I almost lost the universe because I was fucking stupid.
Which
He
I
says,
read something that James Gunn didn't like the way that the
Star-Lord never would have punched him. Yeah, he
Star-Lord
said that.
never would have punched me. Thank
Yeah.
you for taking away my punchline.
You're welcome.
"Punch who?"
I saw that quote too. It was good.
Okay,
was good.
so
I
you
concur.
could have dropped it.
No, I didn't. I completely forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah,
Punch
that's
who?
right.
Punch who?
He never would have punched Thanos in
You
that
never would have erased the whole universe just by
'Cause-
punching Thanos or like angry.
because he was mad.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, he wouldn't do that in the comics.
James Gunn
Like
disagrees with
James
this
Gunn,
character.
like the way he wrote Peter Quill, he felt like he wouldn't have done.
He
that.
never would have done that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The
He
way
wouldn't, he wouldn't have doomed the whole universe just to punch Thanos in the
Gotcha.
face.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I agree 100%. James Gunn was correct. I feel like, and everybody still was mad at Star-Lord for that moment, and it didn't make sense. Like, it didn't make sense for even his character, because at least had we expected it, been like, well, that's just who he is. We get it. No, that was so out of left field for Star-Lord's character. We're like, what?
Yeah, it's an interesting take. I didn't even think about it until James Gunn points it out, and he's like, you know what? you might be kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the creator. You wrote him. You wrote the character.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, who will get it better than him?
shot these
You're
movies.
not the creator. I'm sorry, but you wrote the character in your movie. He's in the MCU.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes more sense that you know how the character is written.
Right.
Yeah.
You would know how that character would act. I would agree with that statement. You know what? I will say that the flashback of his homeboys dying was really sad. I didn't think it was going to hit as hard as it did. Even when Lila got popped in the back. Because they just got out. And I was wondering, too. I was like, what's going to go wrong? What's going to go wrong?
bro.
Dude,
Everything.
I didn't think it was going to cost him everything. It cost him everything.
Just like Thanos, bro.
And then you go back all the way to the beginning because he's always been holding
key.
that key card in his pocket the whole time. And you're like, damn.
That whole time.
And what I want to bring it back around, that when he gets there, he opens the original cage where he came from.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, when he... Okay.
Oh, and the whole movie, he's like, I'm not a fucking raccoon, guys.
When he gets out of when he's about to cross over to the other world, and she's like, "Oh, my sweet little raccoon." Lila says that, and he's like, "I'm not a raccoon."
I'm not a raccoon.
Bro, and he goes right back to life. That was the funniest shit ever because it was serious.
For 3 movies.
Serious.
For 3 movies, I'm not a raccoon.
Yep. And that's where we feel like the F-bomb could have been dropped better. As soon as he read raccoons
In the cage.
in the cage, fuck, would have been way funnier than the one that was given to Nebula earlier in the movie.
Right.
So it was funny, but I think
Quill.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. That to Peter Quill, right? Yeah, but I don't know. It was funny, but I feel like it would have been much better used at that moment.
That moment right there, because in that scene, it continues to the part where he officially accepts his name when he starts fighting the
High Evolutionary.
And I just want to tie that in because now that Tico really brings it in, like whenever he accepts his name, Rocky Raccoon, like Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, suddenly they go through my head. Now that Tico said that Rocky Raccoon was the main protagonist the entire time.
Damn.
And especially when then that scene is like, my name is Rocky Raccoon. Like, it makes sense now. Like, it makes so much sense.
That's pretty good.
That is good. Because guess what?
Oh, and the action scenes in this movie are lit.
Fire.
The tunnel
Fire.
scene? Bro.
Bro,
there's
slow
like-
down, slow down.
man.
The first when they beat the shit out of the High Evolutionist.
Oh, well, this is the final boss scene. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
When
I mixed them up.
yeah. If you want to start with first, whenever they're like breaking into his facility.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they're about to leave because like we got Rocket, and they're like, no, we got to go back and save everybody.
Yeah.
And they're like, they play the badass music.
Yeah.
So sick.
And they do the walk because of course you got to do the superhero walk.
Absolutely.
Badass gangster superhero walk. And they come through the doors, the guns are blazing, bro. They were freaking ready, bro. It was so cool. Groot was stabbing people. I remember there was that one guy he didn't let go for like 10 seconds. I was like, he's still in the middle of him, bro. He hasn't let go of him yet. Oh my God.
Groot always had the
Yeah.
most creative like finishing moves.
Yeah, man.
Oh, bro, when him and Peter got caught and when they were on the spaceship originally,
Pulls out all
those guns came
yeah.
out,
It's like,
dude.
damn, how many guns does he have?
he came out with some
I thought he only
fucking-
had 2 from Star-Lord.
I thought those were the two too. And he's like, you know what to do with these.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He
he's
had like 20 of them, bro.
20, and then even when Star-Lord ran out, he's swapping shit over with them. Come on, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, this is so sick.
That was sick.
But that tunnel scene was fucking crazy.
That
That's
tunnel
always
scene was
been-
fire.
The whole team was going off.
Everyone,
Yes.
bro. Gamora, Nebula. Nebula's sick, bro.
Oh,
She
Nebula
gets
got
so
her
sick.
neck broken and she just came right back.
Bro, she came back like some checkers, bro.
Dude, she's
Wow.
a tank. She's a tank.
She could
Facts.
take some damage.
Facts.
Her and Jenks are the tanks, bro.
Yeah, her and Drax are definitely
Drax,
the tanks.
yeah, sorry, Drax, yeah.
They're the heavy
And
hitters
then,
in the tanks.
Gamora is like an assassin.
Yes, absolutely.
Straight
Rocket
assassin.
is the
ADC.
ADC.
Yes, sir. All damage carry, baby. That's what he does.
What do you call it? Groot is tank support.
Great
Yeah,
support. Great
support, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. You need a health pack? Here you go.
Yeah.
Peter would be mid.
Peter's mid, yeah.
Yeah. And because he's no.
We're talking League of Legends.
Yeah,
position.
fact.
For those of you
bro.
guys who don't know, meet us on League of Legends.
Fact, bro.
Okay, now I do want to talk about one action scene that I did not see coming. It was whenever Peter jumped out of the window after Groot, and he stole that one guy with him. And he was like, "We're both gonna die. What are you doing?"
yeah.
And he's like, "One of us is gonna
I
die."
thought that was so fucking random though. Groot grows wings.
Groot grows like random, but they don't
Yeah.
work. They're just like sails. You
You're
know?
gliding.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just like gliders, but he knows that that's not going to be enough. So
Yeah.
when he throws Homeboy's body and he buries him into the ground like for 30 feet, Jesus Christ, that was amazing. And that guy died. He killed that guy.
That kind of looks like a guy that will punch Stain on the face. I'm just saying. I don't know, man.
Well, no, that
Come
was
on.
cool. That was cool, calm, and collected.
Dude, that was cool. That was calculated. You're
That
right.
was calculated, yeah.
That took skill. Yeah.
Jumping from like meteor, from like
No, they
stratosphere.
big guys mugging me.
It's the same conversation that he has with Nebula when they're like, "Why are you guys back on the ship? You know, I always find a way, come up with a plan to get out."
Oh, so you know, always come with some dark, daring way to always
That's
get
true.
out of it.
No, he killed him brutally, bro. But it was the guy that had like the things in his head, so it was important to take it out. So he had to go somewhere.
He did, and then they had to go back. They had to go back and go chase these guys into the spaceship, and now it's falling apart. And then you realize that it's not just Rocket that he was after, but he's been creating a whole other species of children that apparently they can survive on 30 calories a week, go on 1 hour of sleep, and they're always happy.
Yeah.
It was, and something about like breaking down a core of a star or some shit like that in like 2 minutes. I don't know. It was some crazy shit. But like they were these super high natural beings or super high level beings that he was creating at this point that he was going to take to the next Earth that he was going to build after this. So again, children, human trafficking. Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
That's where you were going with
That's
that
where all that was
submarine.
going.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're coming up towards the end. I mean, the movie was just great.
Wonderful.
Any other hot takes?
Man, just the one that we both liked at the very end about Groot. You
Yes,
know, it's
okay,
talking about
give
one of the
that, give it,
MVPs.
give it.
You know, at the very end, he goes, I love you guys, and we hear it in the actual voice of the voice actor Vin Diesel.
Oh, you can actually hear Vin Diesel when he says
I
that.
love you, yeah.
I love
Which
you
to
guys.
me, I was like, oh, we can hear it, and it clicked on my head. I was like, oh, is the audience hearing I am Groot? Like we are welcomed by Groot, or welcome to the Guardians.
We're part of his family now.
Yeah.
And this
I
is
thought that was a really good take on you. I didn't see it like that. And the thing is, it makes sense because Gamora, the new Gamora, throughout the whole movie, she's like, "What? How do you guys understand? You guys are just making this shit up."
Right.
And at the end, he walks up to her and like, "I am Groot," and he's like, "I know. I'm gonna go say bye." And he's like, she like even stops for a second, does a double take. Wait, I could understand it.
yes.
No, man, it
And
was
she
wonderful.
does like a look, like he's like, "Thank you, Groot."
I love it.
Yeah.
And then later on, he goes like, "I love your family," and it's like, "Oh shit!"
He was talking to us too.
He's talking to us. We can now
The
understand.
audience, we are
'Cause
guardians.
I am
In that moment, he just said, "I am Groot," but we can understand it.
Yeah, I
because
love
we're
that.
now we're welcomed. You know.
Yeah, I love that.
That's wonderful, man. Because it made me
I
feel
think
warm
that
inside.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that anywhere online, but that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and then the mid-end credit scene, which is where Rocket is now. Well, wait. Let's go to the actual ending. Everybody kind of splits up, or like they kind of go their own way.
Yeah, at the end, it seems like the Guardians are done, or the original Guardian group.
Yeah, the original Guardians. is
Peter
now.
decides to go back to Earth, and because throughout the movie they drop hints about his grandfather being alive,
Right.
That he does have a family other than Mantis, which turns out to be his sister, but he does have a family back on Earth, his
Yeah.
real home.
Yeah,
So he decides, hey, I'm gonna go back to Earth and see my grandfather still alive.
which I thought was really cool. You know,
Yeah.
that he's finally going to go back to Earth even after all the craziness has happened. Gamora ends up going back with the Ravengers.
Gamora going back to Ravages, which is kind of cool that we see that she actually found a family of her own.
She did.
This Gamora.
Yes.
Like, she might be cold and still an assassin like the old Gamora.
Right.
But she kind of found a family.
in her own way.
In her
It
own
didn't
way.
have to be the same way that she did it.
Yeah.
And she's still got a happy ending.
She's not with the Guardians, but she's
Yeah.
with the Ravagers.
True.
The Ravagers turn out to be good people.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
they welcome home. Sylvester Stallone hits her
Yeah.
with that, you know, and I'm like, damn, that was cool.
Yeah.
That's what she always wanted.
Yes. And then Rocket and
Nebula decides to stay in nowhere and run this new civilization they're going to create on nowhere.
That's right. Her and Drax decided to team
Yeah.
up, as a matter of fact.
Drax decides to stay as well because she tells him that good line is like, you're not made to be a destroyer, you're meant to be a father.
Because he wanted to follow Mantis. I can protect you. That's what she's like,
Mantis decides to go on her own journey because she's always been told what to do. She's always following somebody.
Yep.
She's like, I'm gonna go find my own path.
I thought it was wonderful.
me
Yeah, it was
too.
wonderful.
Again, I was like, and again, Drax wanted to go
But
to
then
protect her.
you learn her backstory. Like she's been listening to Ego her whole
Yeah.
life,
And then she
And then
did.
the Guardians.
and then she followed Peter her whole life.
And now she's strung by herself, you know.
Yeah. Which I thought was
And
really
she takes
cool.
off with the big ass like
That was
monsters. I
sick.
forgot what they were called.
From the second movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obelisk or something like that?
Something like
I
that.
forgot what they were called.
Yeah. So that happens, and then Rocket stays. But not only does Rocket stay, he actually becomes a new
He
leader.
is the leader
Yeah,
of the
because Nebula's
Guardians.
not gonna be in the Guardians. He's the only one left in the Guardians. Well, him and Groot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but nobody understands Groot. But he's just like, I think you're gonna be great, Captain.
Captain.
And that's when we find out that he becomes the leader of the Guardians.
Guardians.
And that's what the story's been about him the whole time.
And that, my friends.
Is Guardians. However,
Bum, bum, bum,
right before we get there,
Bum,
yes.
bum, bum, bum,
So,
bum, bum, bum.
and the mid-credit scene,
Come and get
everybody know. Rocket quizzes everybody. Who's your favorite musician and from what era or whatever? The girl says Britney Spears and something else. Somebody else says something else. Finally, it comes to Rocket. Hey, bro, what's your favorite? He's like, you know what, man? This one means something special to me. Hey, what's the matter with you? Hey. Bro, that was it. That was the shit right there, and that's how the movie ends.
Yeah. Because that's a callback. That's a callback to the very first dancing scene.
Yes.
Chris Pratt, Guardians of Volume 1. That's how it opens.
Exactly. And what a song to start and end that series on.
Close the show.
That's it. And then, of course, the very, very last end credit scene is Star-Lord eating cereal with his grandpa.
Yeah. No, but that first credit scene, Rocket telling them that, we see the new Guardians team.
Yes, the new setup.
They're actually all heavy hitters.
They're all heavy hitters. It's a strong team.
You got a much older, established Groot.
You got, Groot, a big ass Hulk looking Groot.
Yes.
He can
A real tank.
That's like,
he went from support to tank. How about that?
Facts.
tank jungle now.
Because you got Rocket, of course.
ADC.
Cosmo, the telekinetic dog.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And Adam Warlock. Who
Superman.
gets like a redeeming arc.
Yeah.
Just the Guardians. Craiglin with the little arrow.
He's good at it now.
He got good at it now.
He finally figured it out.
Which what a take when Yondu showed up, bro.
Yondu showed up.
Come on, boys.
Dude, he did 8 hours of makeup to be in that movie for 30 seconds.
What a
and I
real one.
loved it. I loved it.
And then a little girl, one of the Star Kids.
Yeah, man. I'm sure.
right.
Like, sure she's powerful too.
I don't know if she's meant to be in any kind of Marvel, based on any kind of Marvel character.
I haven't seen her, but
she's just one of the Star Kids. The Star Kids are implied to have superpowers. Who knows?
Dope.
She's a guardian now.
Either way,
then they go off. They go off and fight.
It was really awesome. I enjoyed
Like
that.
it establishes the new Guardians, and then it shows that they've been replaced by heavy hitters.
Yeah, like the signing out of the old and the bringing into the new. I loved it. Overall,
What a way to do it. What a way to James Gunn to say that.
You know what? Up to a certain extent, it's the same kind of archetypes. Adam Warlock will replace Drax.
Oh yeah, the literal guy,
the little goofy guy.
Yeah.
That would be Craiglin is still a bit of a clown. Groot is Groot.
Right. Rocket's still Rocket.
Cosmos is that cute but mighty persona that could be Mantis.
Mantis, yeah. I was just about to say that.
So you got the similar personality mirrors the whole time. And kind of leaves it open for, hey, what's next?
I'm glad you said that because I think that's exactly what, like, a way James Gunn to say goodbye to the Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
It was his way of completing a great project and doing exactly that. Like, I left y'all this.
Yes.
Yeah, I left you, like, this is a new team, but it's got the similar dynamic.
Yeah.
The similar formula to the original team. Mm-hmm. A good person could do something with this.
Yeah.
A good director.
I agree, and like Tico said, what's next?
Correct.
Pretty much, and it's open to like anybody that wants to take that project.
Yeah.
Somebody give me a rating on this, guys. Let's wrap it up with a rating.
Yeah. The after credit scene at the end is, of course, Chris Pratt back at home.
Yeah.
And right after that, it's like the legendary Star-Lord would return.
But it's
which
just
is weird.
because it's not the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's
Yeah.
just the legendary
So
Star-Lord.
you would think the Guardians of our Galaxy will be the ones to return, not Star-Lord.
Nah,
'Cause you would think Star-Lord is done.
And maybe be like one of those Avengers crossovers where like he appeared for something.
He's gonna make a bunch of cameos. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I would think so. I don't think Chris Pratt will be done. But then in interviews, he's been like, I think I'm done. And he's like, I would only return if it makes sense.
Yeah. It's a Guardians movie, but he'll
I'm
make
like,
fucking.
well, they're always going to make it make sense, guys.
I think Marvel's gonna pay him up enough in order to make cameos. He'll be
Yeah.
fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
And Zoe Saldana's already said she's out as Gamora.
Yeah.
So and Drax is out too. Drax ain't doing it unless James Gunn doing it. So
Okay.
But there's nothing announced. I mean, there's nothing announced for any Guardians movie.
No, nothing in the future.
Or, of course, Star-Lord movies.
no, but it does lead.
Nothing for Peter Quill or Guardians.
Yeah.
And if this is the last then Guardians, if this is the last we see of this character, it like wrapped them up pretty good for everything. Like it is James Gunn's like closing song.
Yeah, I agree.
What would it? Yeah.
La la la. Let me get your la.
Come and get your love.
So make sure y'all see us.
Hey.
Oh
Come
yeah.
get your
Yes.
love.
Real quick, I think I'm gonna give it best movie since Avengers Endgame for the MCU.
Hot damn.
Spider-Man No Way Home doesn't count because that's a Sony project.
Collab. I'll give you that.
I liked it. I'm gonna give it a 9.2. A very strong way to end. A good way to sign off. James Gunn for the Marvel Studios. Thank you for the project. It was entertaining. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. What a great way to say this is one of the few movies that a trilogy are one of the best. You can put that up there with like Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Guardians of the Galaxy, because he did a great job.
The Guardians
whole
of the
story
Galaxy.
as it all.
Yeah,
It's one of the
Guardians
goated trilogies.
It's a great trilogy.
I
It's a
love
great
it.
trilogy.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the MCU itself is better than the Thor trilogy, better than the Iron Man trilogy,
Yep.
better than the Captain America.
That's not a ridiculous thing to
That's
say.
not a ridiculous
that
thing
is
to
not
say.
a ridiculous thing to
No,
say at all.
I'll double down. down and die on that hill.
Yeah. That being said, guys, it was a great movie, and I look forward to James Gunn projects in DC.
Yeah. I give it a 9.6, man. There were some tearjerker moments in there for me. I had to pull it together. You know, it was a lot going on. I loved it all the way through. The soundtrack was fire. The action was amazing. The character development was solid. And I left satisfied, pleased, just like I do your mother. 9.6.
God.
Like it. And before we finish to wrap up this episode, we want to do our weekly check-in.
That's right,
Our
guys.
weekly update.
Comic Palooza.
Yes, sir.
2023, guys.
That's right. Dropping May 26th through the 28th.
We're at Merc, I'm sorry.
The George R. Brown Convention Center.
Let's see what updates we got this week.
Who's coming, boy?
Let's not forget that joining our Wakanda, joining Wakanda Forever, Tenoch Huerta, joining Likik Talocan, joining Namor himself. We got Dominic Thorne, a.k.a. Riri Williams.
Ironheart.
Oh.
That is exciting. I'm really pumped to see her,
Cannot
too.
wait to see that.
Yeah, she's going to get her own Disney Plus series.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
Ironheart.
that's coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're going to do a panel with her and Tenoch Huerta.
They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wasted opportunity if they don't.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
I know they also, another actor that they announced last week was Jamie Hector, which is also a star from that show Bosch.
Bosch, that's
Which
right.
the main character Bosch himself is coming, but now we got Jamie Hector.
Very exciting.
He's been in a few other things. He usually plays a detective or something else.
Mm-hmm.
You can check out the full list of celebrities on the website, Comic Palooza.
There's also a panel that got confirmed. There's a One Piece panel, correct?
Oh, there's a bunch of panels confirmed.
Oh, that's right. The boys finally got their panel confirmed.
All the panels.
Go to the website.
Basically, the
Go check
schedule
them out.
is live.
That's right, guys. Go to the
The
website.
schedule is now live, so all the panels are confirmed for all your favorite shows and guests.
What's
Great,
Comic
guys.
Palooza's website, out of curiosity?
ComicPalooza.com.
It is not. Comic Palooza's website is comicpalooza.com. I'm so sorry.
I love it.
I'll greet you.
I don't know why I'm all over the place. Comicpalooza.com. They also announced this week early batch pickup locations, so check that on their site as well and social media.
You don't believe us? Check our Twitter also, guys. You'll find the link there.
And quick links, get your speed passes, Don't forget, even if you bought your ticket already, it's never too late to upgrade your batch to a speed pass or VIP pass.
If you guys want to get signatures, trust me, the lineup is so huge and massive this year. You guys are going to want to get it. It's going to save you time. You're going to be able to see a whole lot more actors and celebrities in comparison. We strongly encourage the VIP pass, the speed pass, and go pick up your badges early so you don't have to wait in line to go do that either.
And of course, check out all their activities they got going on. They're going to have cosplay, literature activities. Don't forget to check out their website for hotel specials.
Oh, that's right.
And the next CP365 event is coming up next week, May 10th. Trivia team, pop culture team trivia at Eureka Heights, which is a local brewing company.
Oh, yes.
We might be out there. Who knows?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Outside about that.
We out here. All right, guys. Are we good on the episode?
I think we're good on this, guys.
Yeah. Once again, find us at Comic Palooza.
All right. Suki, where's my music at? Atta girl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the WBM podcast. Again, this has been one of your boys. It's your boy, Merc. And make sure you guys are following us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all at WBM_podcast.
Hey, guys, thank you so much. And make sure you follow to our previous episode, Fusion Ha, once again.
Shout
Make sure
out.
you're listening to us at Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all that jazz.
And this is your boy Tico in the Mix. As always, check out the website, WBMpodcast.com.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
And you can always send in topics to our social media. Any social media, Instagram, Twitter. Send your topics, see we talk about them.
That's right. All right, guys, we love you very, very much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And make sure you guys come back next week for more fun content. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Out.